Hello, it's Jo here from Cotton and Fluff. Thank you so much for coming back today to watch another video. Hope you're all well and you are enjoying the weather. Hopefully you've got nice sunny weather, not too hot, not too cool, and you're able to have some sewing time. I've had quite a bit of sewing time because the main reason my laptop died. So I've been without that for a couple of weeks. So that's now back, thankfully. But during a bit of downtime from all the admin bits and pieces, I've really focused on some sewing, really cracked on to get some pieces done. So when I came back today, I've got something to show you. So first of all, what am I wearing? Nice and simple. It's the Charlie dress. Pop a few pictures up here. And I've made this one in a size down. I will come back to that in a moment. And also I've made it in a really lovely, cool seersucker fabric. This fabric was so reasonable, and this was from Pound Fabrics. I bought plenty. I bought enough to make the dress and more besides, but I really wasn't sure how it was going to work out, if there was going to be any problems, issues with it, or mistakes. I knew I had backup fabric available. So rightly or wrongly, that's what I did. So yeah, so I've made this one size smaller and it does feel better. I think I probably could have gone down another size. I think because I've lost quite a bit of weight, so I've lost around 6 stone. So now, I mean, I've been at this weight for about a year. I'm trying to get my head around making smaller sizes, if that makes any sense. I've really had to look at patterns to see whether it would suit me, looked at all the adjustments, and things I'm finding at the moment that I have got to try and have a look at is I'm not very big busted, but I can go in and then I go out. So I almost could do with grading a pattern out, and so I need to learn how to do that. I think I'm probably going to look at some of the patterns that I've used before and I've done and have a little bit of trial and error, get some cheap calico and have a go. So that's something that I need to think about. So anyway, back to the Charlie dress. Yes, I made this in a size smaller. It's lovely and cool, perfect for this weather, perfect just to chuck on and yeah, just be nice and comfy. So there's the Charlie dress. So after that, I decided that I wanted a bit of a challenge. I wanted to do something that was out of my comfort zone, something that I haven't done before. I was really lucky to be able to take home a fantastic piece of fabric from the Sewing Social. Lovely, bright yellow, summery yellow in a nice sort of cotton linen-y type fabric. So I really wanted to do it justice. So I really wanted to think about what can I make that is going to be worthy of a photo, putting it onto Instagram or whatever. So I decided that looking in my wardrobe, I've got leggings, I've got jeans, but I could do with some nice sort of cool summery trousers. There's quite a lot of patterns out there, and I've been looking at people's Instagram and on YouTube, looking at all the reviews that people have put on about the patterns. So I was looking at 3. The first pair were the Lane pants from Sydney Graham, which look lovely. They're just straight down and with an elasticated waist, and they are so popular. A lot of people like these, and they don't just stop at one pair. So that does say a lot for them, doesn't it? So I thought, yeah, I will try those. Then I looked at the bob pants. I like the shape. I like the construction. And then one more, Chanterel. I liked how the pockets were on the front. You've got lovely pockets that you can put your hands in basically, and you've got a couple of little pockets on the back as well. Not that I'd ever use those. I wouldn't feel very secure, safe if I've got something in my back pocket. But anyway, it's a design feature, so they're on there. But the pockets in the front, they're really handy, and also very comfortable, nice wide elastic belt as well around the waist. So that was lovely. So I worked out that I had enough fabric. I actually had more than I needed. So I thought, okay. So I was very careful. I made sure that everything was lovely and laid out, popped my paper on, did the pattern, cut it out, transferred all the notches over. I'm really careful about that now. And started sewing them following the instructions. The description of the chanterelle is chanterelle pants and shorts are the casual bottoms that can take a starring role in your wardrobe, dressed up in bright colours, fancy fabrics, casual, lightweight denim, or easy and cozy and soft fabrics. So you've got three options with the chanterelle. You've got elasticated waist with the legs straight down. Then you've got view B, and these have got this tapered in at the bottom, which I quite liked, and they're sort of got like a little hem as well, turn up. Or you can make them in a pair of shorts. So I decided that I go for view B, which is the one with the tapered in legs. So I made sure I read through the instructions, and then one piece that I did look at was the pattern is drafted for a height of 5'5". I'm between 5'2", 5'3", so I knew that they were going to be long. So I had to look at that and adjust the length of them. So everything went pretty well. Unfortunately, I didn't have any of the, you need quite a wide piece of elastic. I didn't have any in white. I had to get black. Sorry, I had to use black. What does it say? Yeah, it was 2 inches wide. If the fabric had been thicker, it wouldn't have shown it so much. So that's just something that I unfortunately had to do. But anyway, I was really pleased how they came together. Tried them on, thinking, I don't know. Perfect. What fantastic pants. Really do like them. I'm definitely going to be making more. So I'm keeping myself on the lookout for some fabric that would be suitable. I really, really did love them. And I was quite chuffed with myself to think that I made them and they're wearable. So I've just popped them on here with a white t-shirt, just so it shows off the colour. But yeah, I am really pleased with them. So if you are in the market for some new trousers, pants, whatever you want to call them, check out the Chanterel, have a read, and see what you think, and maybe have a look online at what other people have said about them and what their opinion is. But from a beginner's point of view, they are doable. So, and also, as I said to you, I had some of the fabric left over. So I was thinking I wanted to make a feature of a blouse using that with some other fabric. So I picked up some fabric, which you may have seen online, from Dalston Mill, and it's got faces and heads. They do it in a monochrome version, or they do the other one, which has got the blue, well, the teal, and yellow and black. So that was the one I bought. And I decided that I'd like to maybe make the peplum using the yellow fabric. So I dug out the Nell blouse pattern, and I didn't want, I wanted to make sure though that because the cotton was quite heavy, I wanted to make it quite structured on the sleeve, so it really did show off. Because I did the puffball sleeves, so I really wanted to make that a feature. And then when you do the inside of the puffball, I use some of the yellow fabric there as well, just to line it. And they come together really easily. They really do. So Nell blouse is definitely one to have a go at. Now, when I made the Nell blouse, I need to really think about the sizing again, because again, I've made it, it was much too big. Now I know Tilly's patterns do come up on the larger size, but this was way too big, and I really need to look at sizes and the finished garment sizes. So what I had to do was, you may notice from the photos, because when I took one side and the other, and when I put it on, it was a bit like this, much too big. And I thought, oh, it's all done. So what I have done, just so it is wearable, I've taken it across slightly further, and I've done the buttons like that. It's not perfect, and it looks as if the buttons may be off to the side a bit, but I don't think people are really going to notice, and I don't want to waste the fabric, so I will wear it over jeans, over leggings, wherever. But yeah, such a cool pattern from Tilly. And also, it was just nice to use that fabric as well, and I definitely will wear the top again. So that's the nail blouse from Tilly and the Buttons. Um, when I was doing the Charlie dress, I was thinking, yes, this is so nice and simple and straightforward. And I thought I really could do with a skirt for the summer period, and also one that maybe I can get some different fabric for and go into this for the autumn winter time. So I looked at Tammy's patterns and I looked at the Amelia skirt. Really pleased I did. The Amelia skirt is a maxi and it's a tiered maxi. So you've got your elasticated waist and then you've got your tiers. Obviously, you don't have to do all of the tiers that are in the pattern. You can make it smaller, you can make it longer, whatever you fancy. So I had some leopard print, just some very lightweight, reasonably priced poly cotton. Um, and I thought, right, I'm going to have a go making it. It came together very well. It was lovely being able to sort of finish the seams off. I used the overlockers, so once I did the ruffles, and within that pattern, you're going to be working on your ruffles. You'll be working on your casing for your elastic. So there's lots of areas that you can learn from that you can really work on and build your confidence with, that are things that you can take forward to slightly harder intermediate level patterns. So I I really did like the pattern and I did like the end result. So here I've just teamed it up with I think it's just a brown chocolate colour. I think it's a fat face top. So I've just popped it on with that. But I will definitely be making some more Amelia skirts using some different fabrics. Maybe some chambray, um, maybe something slightly heavier going into the winter, maybe slightly shorter, maybe with some big chunky boots. So there's lots of scope there with that pattern. And Tammy's prices are so reasonable as well. So it's definitely worth having a go and buy the pattern. So that's what I've been up to. I hope everybody is well and that you've had time to do some sewing as well. I need to really, I'm deciding what I'm going to be doing next. I got some more beautiful fabric from the Sewing Social, some beautiful navy and white gingham. So I'm deciding at the moment what I would like to do with that. I'm just looking up at my fabrics now. I don't have a lot of fabrics. If I see something I like, I obviously you have a budget, so you've got to be extra careful with the pennies, and you've really got to think about that fabric and will you wear it? Are you going to use it? It's all very well making patterns and think, well, what do I do with it? I've made this, but I'm not too sure, and whatever. So really make a conscious effort to decide on what you need in your wardrobe, and is that fabric going to work with that pattern, and is it a color that I want to wear that really suits me? Just things, because it's an investment. It's all the time and effort that you put into creating that garment. You want to make sure that you've really thought about it and it is something that you want in your wardrobe and that you are going to be reaching for to wear now and then. But anyway, I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to stop waffling. Hope you have a beautiful weekend. Hope you get some sewing time. And if you try any of the patterns, could you let me know how you get on? Or if you've got any other ideas, maybe you've seen a beginner pattern that you've used and you quite like it. Let me know, please, and maybe I could have a go. But if there's anything else that people want to see, then please just shout and let me know. But as I say, have a gorgeous weekend and I will see you very soon. Thank you. Bye bye.